Well, no matter what the situation in life, sadness is part of life. It could just hit you like a wave, a tidal wave, while you're walking to the grocery store. You get sad, you miss someone that's far away, or you get sad that a part of your life is over. Also, it could be tied in with frustration. Like you spill something in your car, or you got to go run an errand, or this frustration, this sadness of life kind of beats you up. And it can hit you out of nowhere throughout the day. And you always kind of have to push back. You always have to try to refocus on the positive. You always have to try to push yourself to the next task. Keep your body moving, keep your mind moving, and not get stuck in this cycle of sadness and then let the tidal wave of sadness drown you. And, it's a challenge. I think, again, especially as you get older, I do think some people may be born naturally more positive than others. So, everyone has that individual mindset, right? But I would say that even when you reach certain goals, which I've reached certain goals in my life, you don't reach all of them, or at least not all at once. You kind of now you got to deal with, well, all right, I did this. Now what's next? A letdown. You wanted to get out of high school. You graduated high school. Okay, what's next? You wanted to maybe go to college and get a good job. Okay, you did that. What's next? Okay, you want to get married and have a kid. You did that. What's next? Etc. And so it's always that. Now, again, it should be that to a certain degree within reason and wisdom, because, you don't want to just stay the same your entire life. That's just, forget about sadness. Because part of life, part of a negative mind would say, all right, well, I'm not going to do anything because life's going to be sad no matter what. And everyone has that right, but then it's like life's more suffering because you're not even moving. You're just getting kicked. You're not even trying to get up. So, I think a big thing in life is movement. Just keep moving. And I'm not talking about traveling necessarily. I'm not talking about running from your problems. A lot of people confuse that. I'm talking about, like, throughout your day, just keep yourself moving. What's that quote? Maybe it's from Albert Einstein. Like, life is like riding a bicycle. To find balance, you got to, keep a level of movement, something like that. But, psychologically, life could be very, it could wear you down, okay? And so, it's like, you ever hear athletes say, like, yeah, there's a certain part of life that's physical, talent, but a lot of part of the game is mental. And the same thing with the game of life. Certainly you need a certain level of ability to function, okay? But then the rest is mentally, psychologically, tricking yourself or convincing yourself to focus on the positive, to go to the next task, to not get stuck in sadness, to not, just let the tidal wave of depression, that psychological muscle, physical muscles need to be moved and worked out, whether at the gym or through walking or yoga or whatever you do. You have to exercise your physical muscles, and you have to exercise your psychological muscles. And, through focusing on the positives, acknowledging the negatives, but also remembering there's positives. Another psychological muscle is, to remember to be thankful, which is kind of like, again, you see you don't just see the negative things, you see the positives and you acknowledge them. That way you have a fair evaluation of life. You don't just say, oh, everyone let me down. You also remember that you let certain people down. You don't just say, well, I can't have a beautiful wife or a beautiful or a tall, handsome husband or whatever. Don't forget there's many ugly people that wanted to get with you, but you didn't want to get with them. You broke their heart. People didn't just break your heart. And, you kind of remember all these things. You're working out a psychological muscle. And some of it is move while you work out the psychological muscle. As an example, walk for 15 minutes. Chemically, in your mind, you will have better thoughts because your brain activity is more positive when you're exercising your body for like a period of time, such as 15 minutes or longer. And so that's, your physical is tied into your psychological. You can't outthink depression. You can't outthink sadness. It's like, you can't outthink anything in life. A lot of times when you try to do that, you're just going to plan a trip. You're just going to go buy something. And that's just shop therapy, travel therapy. Some of that, I'm not against all of that, but I'm saying you got to be careful. So sadness is always going to be there every day. Some days more than others, some weeks more than others, some years more than others. There's no answer to all of this. These are just my thoughts. I struggle with it like everyone else. But I'm a sober-minded person. I don't abuse any drugs. I don't do any drugs. Everyone's different. Everyone do what they want. I understand why some people need drugs, do drugs. Look, everyone do what they want, guys. I don't care what anyone does. I understand life. So, those are my thoughts, and I say to myself, psychologically, what do I need to do to get out of sadness? I said, well, be productive. And one of the things I am productive is my side hustle, my YouTube channel, making a video, saying, okay, what am I going through? What has value to structure around that topic and to talk about it and then do it. Okay. And that's what I just did. And you just keep doing it. And, most things in life, you'd be lucky if you get a single. You'd be lucky if you get on base. You'd be lucky if you get some money. You'd be lucky if, you get some acknowledgement. Once in a blue moon, you hit a home run. And many times you strike out and fail. Remember, a baseball player who averages throughout their career a 300 batting average or more is usually like a Hall of Famer. But that means if you bat 300, that means you failed 70% of the time. Okay. Batting a 300 is pretty much like, 30% success rate. So that's life, guys. Life is a lot of failure. And it's a lot of endurance. And as you get older, that's why it's harder to overcome. Because that sucks ass. I mean, how much can I take? That's what you say. How much can I take? And I don't know the answer to that, guys. I just try and get through the day, try and do what I need to do, push myself to make this video, push myself to go forward. I hope this video helped. If it did, and you want to give this video super thanks, click that super thanks. Click the thumbs up, click the blue join button, share the video, leave a comment, show up, do the best you can. I know how this world is. Thank you for watching.